What's up guys, Hades here. Today I have a brand new video for you. I'm in a new country, I'm on a new setup. The volume's probably a little bit low. It sounds clear, but it's just low. So go ahead and turn the volume up and let's jump right into this. So I have a new favorite hero and she's on the screen. It is the Temptress Elizabeth. I call her Liz for short, but things have changed. Metas shift constantly. People figure out new things, or just what becomes strong has a weakness and there's new things that beat it, and it takes time and people takes creative people to figure things out, and this has been figured out somewhat recently, not by me, but I have pretty much used her in my own way. I've always kept her in the back as a reserve, but these three skills and a few options for demonic such as battle stance have kind of come out as the best carries potential from an attack damage carry. I used to use it on Alex, but now it's on Liz, and I'm going to explain why these three just combine so well together. It's still not optimal. I will be switching this for battle stance most likely, but yeah, let's jump right into it. I have a bunch of reports to talk about and kind of why they're important. And the first one I'm going to talk about is against a friend here, Zek. Now, I struggled against Zek for a long time. We've been very even. But ever since I've made this switch, I just run through people kind of like this. He's not the only one. There's maybe 20 players in the server that I feel even to or similar with. Middle spender, Triss players. But like, he has what you want. He has a lot of the pieces, and the hybrid does nothing. It's maxed out Earth. It's not his main. His main is a double mage water, which is very nice. He's perfected this over the years. Sid counters Alex, and the mages handle those in the back. But it doesn't matter. The damage is so high. She's healing a lot off of herself. This is such a tanky team. I'm running a more supportive Alex and letting Liz do the damage. But as you can tell, I mean, he's supportive, but he still does a lot of auto attack damage. 8 mil and 4 mil from Toxin, so it's not bad at all. I'm running very defensive Zenobia, and I'm testing a lot of skills on Charles. I have not loved assist or anything in this slot yet. There's a lot of options, and I'll talk about them later in this video. But yeah, let's watch a replay, because kind of seeing what happens is important to fully understanding why you may or may not be losing matches. So I'm already down 12% off the start of this match, which is not a great look, but it just doesn't matter. The composition is pretty close to perfect. There's only a few adjustments that can be made. I will talk about Elizabeth's weaknesses later in this video, but you're gonna see this little blue tiles, kind of like little markers over their heads. That's Elizabeth's ult. There should be 2 at a time, and then whenever she ults again, she'll either hit the same one and burst it, or add it onto 2 new ones. So you can see now there's 3, but she just takes them down. She's getting so much value on all 3 of the skills. Her ultimate plus Blade Vortex are making Executioner amplify, and then by the mid fight, Demonic is just tearing through them. I do think Battle Stance is a little bit better, because the faster ultimates come out, the better. So that energy regen is actually going to provide much more value here. Let's jump into some more replays. The meta march is right here. Alex, Zenobia, Himiko, Charles. I ran this for a very long time. It is very strong. He even has Toxic lined up on my Alex. He's got all the skills. Not perfect artifacts, but he has everything. Like, there's nothing more I would want here. This is a creative choice, but this is a good choice. But it's not close again. My Elizabeth did 41 million and my Alex did 22. Like, what do you do against this when there's so much healing, so much defense, and you just can't stop Elizabeth? She's just going to out DPS you. And then here's what it looks like on the other side. I mean, my Alex did more. My Liz did 2 times more, and this is a common theme. Like, this happens all the time. You can see my kind of second march beats theirs, and then chunks, and then my main just wins almost every time, right? Obviously, I lose to bigger players, and I will show why in just a moment. Another big player, Ruleki, same team. He's got pretty much everything, all the things you would want, and it's just not very close. And then I just run through everything. He's got a 8/8 Thunder, which should in theory counter me. Doesn't matter. 7/2 Fire with some Shadow, still doesn't matter. And these are defenses. I'm not boosted. I'm not playing actively. There's nothing going on. And even I did a test hit against my fiance just to see, because she recently upgraded to Loki instead of Himiko. And this is the first vulnerability of Elizabeth, okay? She does not have FM, and she doesn't have the ability of Alex. So the confusion on Loki is very harmful to your team. You'll see here, damage taken, I took 1.8 million from my own Elizabeth, 600k from my own Elizabeth, and 7 million damage from my own Elizabeth, right? So this is the first weakness to Elizabeth, right? If you want this max damage, you are highly vulnerable to Loki. So that's the first one. The second one, and it's probably worse. Let me find someone who countered me. No. Oops. It should be. Let's see. I think it's elusive. Yes, here it is. So, Theodora is the answer to Elizabeth, and let's check why. It dispels any continuous damaging effects. Well, almost all of your damage is coming from a continuous effect and Blade Vortex. I didn't have Blade Vortex here. I was doing a little experimenting. Blade Vortex would have been better, but even then, Theodora really just shuts down Elizabeth's damage. And you can see here just how little she does, because she doesn't get any upfront damage. It's very weak at the start. It's only 250 to 2, which is honestly terrible. What makes it so good is the fact that it ticks for 15 seconds. So you're getting 250, 250, 250 for 5 ticks on 2 of them. And when you extrapolate it out, it's 500 times 5, which is actually huge damage. And then if you hit the same target, you get that 530 explosion. Theodora wipes it clean. So, in summary here, there is a lot of testing still to be done with Elizabeth. I think my current favorite iteration is what I'm using right now. I like the glass cannon. It's been working. Blade Vortex plus Executioner, and this could be Battle Stance, Anger, Demonic, any sort of boost that you want. It could even be Fighting Master, and then you have a little stronger early game. You would just lose a little bit of power in the later games. And of course, she's getting hard countered by Loki and Theodora. If Theodora's on the enemy team, you just should swap out Liz. Like, she's terrible. She's never going to do damage. There's so many better options. That's when I would switch to Himiko or something else. And then, of course, Loki. If they have a Loki, I would probably put Fighting Master on instead of Demonic. But honestly, it is better to just switch into something else. All my other carries, I use Khan and Himiko currently. I think these are the next 2 best options for me, at least. I have very good artifacts, and they're all leveled up. But yeah, I hope you guys like this new information about Elizabeth, and if you like it, leave a comment below and a like, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.